introduction.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Coast to Coast Traders podcast, and I'm Robbie.
I'm Joe. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, Joe. We got a couple of things to talk about. You have a
Yeah.
decent week, or what's new with you? You look a little bit dressed up for normal.
Oh yeah, I thought that we should I thought we agreed we were gonna class this up around here, and you're in a t-shirt. What happened?
I missed the memo, bro. Sorry.
No, I'm just playing. I actually I'm definitely overdressed. It was my brother-in-law's retirement party after 25 years in the service, and yeah, so I thought oh, we're gonna go to this thing, and so for the actual ceremony, we were dressed fine, but then everybody else was out on the lake, and I'm in this long sleeve dress shirt, and I'm just kind of man, I really wish I had short sleeves and shorts. Everybody's in sandals and all that stuff. I'm I didn't get this memo, so it was all good though. It was a fun time. Yeah.
Look at this thin lip stiff Joseph over here with his button up shirt.
That's right. No upper lip. No upper lip.
Yeah.
How was your week, man?
It's all right. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, maybe, but putting into practice a couple of things that we talked about, especially risk dictating size, and I performed on that in some way this week. Decently, definitely had some stumbles, but 1 step at a time per usual.
Yeah. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. I feel like I've been stuck on a roller coaster ride that I just want to get off of.
Yeah. I saw, speaking of roller coasters, I don't want to get too much on a tangent, but I saw this clip. It's one of those, it was probably a local fairgrounds, but it was one of those coasters, or not coaster, but those things that just goes around in a circle like a boat.
Yeah.
And the whole base of the ride was tipping back every time it went up. And
oh my God,
it was so scary, man. And next thing you know, one person runs over, stands on the rail, and then a whole crowd of people come over to prevent it, just giving it that little bit of extra weight to prevent it from tipping over, and everything worked out fine. But man, I would have been in need of a diaper change after that. I think.
Hell yeah, dude. That's why I don't mess with the fair rides, bro. I just don't do it. I don't no real amusement parks where they don't move the rides every week or one thing, but these fairs, dude, they just pick up the whole ride and they move it week to week. It's I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty sketchy.
For sure, dude, for sure. But lots of sketchy things going on in the market this week. What do you want to hit first?
Just quickly, we talked about Patrick Wheelen and that whole Topstep lawsuit debacle.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I don't know if it's called a debacle yet, but it could be.
But shaping up to be that way.
Yeah, funny enough, after we finished recording and uploading, you sent me the post on X, and there was a picture of his account, and it said, what does it say? This account doesn't exist anymore?
Yes, it did. It said that, yes.
Yeah, so everybody was kind of oh, shoot, he got banned. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? Why would he get banned? Because, Elon has been pretty hard about X being free speech, this and that. But, there's no reason that he should be banned, I think, from Topstep.
Yeah, I thought I thought other people were trying to say he shut his account down out of fear too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, turns out he was just trolling everybody.
Yes.
And he was just getting a little bit of free publicity.
Yep.
And it worked. Everybody took the bait hard.
Dude, it sure did. I mean, hey, he's a mouthpiece. He definitely is a mouthpiece. But you know what? He appears to be trading well enough to back it up. I mean, he's on the Tradeify leaderboard. Once upon a time, he was trading well enough, and he shared the video clip. He was trading well enough that Topstep wanted to move him to live. So I mean, he's doing all right.
Yeah, for sure. And I believe he just announced he's going to do a fresh 100K account of his own. I believe cash. And I think he said he wants to do just one contract at a time.
All right, we'll see how he does.
Kind of a lead by example. So yeah, I'm gonna check back on him, see how he's doing with that.
Hell yeah. Which that's a good kind of segue into talking about Rake, right? Because Rake Trades was on Titans of Tomorrow's podcast, and he was talking about, I feel like this is a great topic because I've been asked this question so many times, but he was talking about what he does with prop, right? How he likes, how he's talking about that almost being like a tax safe haven, right? Where he can keep the money in there and then he's not taxed until he withdraws it. And then it's taxed
right,
like regular payroll, right? Because it's 1099, but no taxes withheld. So like you got to set aside a hefty portion of that, right?
Yeah. And he was saying like, well, depending on where I'm at tax wise, I might not want to take a huge payout right now.
Right. Or at the end, if he's
And
sitting like in November, December, he might just want to put that account kind of on ice.
right. And then he was also saying like, but when you're trading your own cash account, you withdraw that profit, or whether or not you withdraw that profit, you're taxed anyway.
Yep. Yep.
And then let's say you don't withdraw it and then you lose it. Well, you're out of luck, right?
Yeah, correct. And then that's true too. That's definitely true
Yeah.
too. And then I like the example he gave, which this like is a question I've been asked like so many times, which is the question is why don't you just like make money on prop, fund your own cash account, and then just like trade that cash account? And then like
Yeah.
there should be some obvious downsides to that. Number one, you just made all this money with like very low risk, and now you're putting it on to where like it's 100% risk. That's number one.
For sure.
Number
Yeah.
two, if you don't immediately carve out a portion of that for taxes, you could be in big trouble because the government's going to think that you just made all that money on the prop side, right? Like the fund from the funding company, right? Like a Topstep or
Yeah.
whatever. And
Hmm.
then if you go and lose it in your cash account, well, you can only like write off so much of that. You know what I mean? You can't. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not an even wash. So
Yeah, exactly.
so if you
Hmm.
start doing well and then you move the money over here and then you start doing poorly, unless you open up your futures account like as a business and then you can, do something different with the profits and the losses, you could find yourself in really hot water where, hey, I made all this money, now I don't have it because I lost it. Government still wants their piece. What are you gonna do?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, on a similar note about tax and prop and trading in general,
Mm,
a theme I've seen often with newer traders is wanting to find ways and how to save on taxes or not pay taxes and that sort of thing. And in a way, they're putting the cart before the horse because maybe they have made a little bit of money and okay, excellent, put away your 50-40% to be on the
yeah,
safe side for taxes. But they get and I'm totally guilty of this too, but like they get excited about tax loopholes and money saving strategies
yeah,
from the tax realm that they're not at that level yet. So you're wondering how to save on taxes and all these various strategies, but you're not
yeah.
really even in a position to leverage those solutions really. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's like there's always so many different examples about like how do you trade like this or how do you do that, and it's like
yeah.
or people talking about I love the one like you get a brand new trader and they're like they talking about which funding company is better and they're like, "Well, I don't want to trade on TPT because they're going to keep 20% of my profits." And then, I'd rather trade on Topstep where I get a excuse me 100% of the first 10K and then they keep 10%, right? And they're just like, it would be better off in the long run to just like trade on Top Step. I'll get a bigger percentage of my money. And like, not to be a jerk, I'm just kind of like, well, what money?
Yeah.
You're just starting. You don't even know how to trade yet.
Right.
What money are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Or it's been like blowing up evals left and right,
Yeah,
haven't even gotten funded yet.
yeah,
So yeah. No, I'm there. You and I had the same conversations and I was thinking about first joining prop too.
yeah.
So I mean we totally get it of course, but yeah, it's just the excitement of it, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
very easy to just put the cart before the horse, and we all, I think at one point in time we all kind of do that, in one way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. I thought I would have already like quit my job and been seeing a lot more beaches and my regular everyday life by now.
Yeah, yeah.
Is what it
I hear you,
is.
man.
Yeah, is what it is.
Hey, real quick.
Maybe I'd even have
I'm
a top
full
lip by now.
No. Oh my gosh. Thumbnail, Joe gets lip injection.
Joe gets lip filler. Yeah.
Oh
Oh my
man.
god, be terrible.
I'm falling out of the box. Did you see that?
No, that's so weird. Yeah,
You
you
gotta
are
bump me
falling,
up a
bro.
skosh.
You are falling out of the box. What are we doing here? Yeah,
But moving on,
Yeah.
there was something I wanted to talk about last week, just for a quick second, and I sent you the links in Discord in case you didn't have them. But
Yeah, I'm gonna
out of
pull it up.
nowhere, a really old school Bitcoin holder came out of nowhere uh, with a what was let's see, what was it? Is it a 10 billion, $8 billion account?
Um, let's see. So it says I'm gonna just like
8.69, yeah, 80,009 Bitcoins worth 8.69 billion.
woke up after
Woke up
14.
after a 14-year dormancy and transferred out about 40,000.
This OG.
And the crazy thing about it also, besides the fact that that is a huge, huge gain for that person,
Hmm.
is that when they withdrew, they didn't even do a test transaction. Like, for those that aren't in the know about Bitcoin, um,
Yeah, teach us, Robbie.
sometimes you'll want to sometimes you'll want to just do a dummy transaction for a worthless amount, just to verify that the recipient wallet that you're transferring to is the actual one that you really want to send the funds to.
Yep.
And that wasn't the case on this one, dude. It was just one go, one lump sum to that other account, and that was it.
That's
And that's crazy.
that's pretty wild, dude. That's a lot of money.
I would really love to know more about this person, who they are. Was it an entity, or was it just one person that just like, hey, I'm gonna sleep on this, and then one day I'm not gonna have a care in the world with regards to money, and then I'm just gonna live my life and do it, whatever the heck I want to do.
Dude, for
And if
real.
that's the case, you know, heck, heck yeah, man. Like,
Dude, and this was at like 109K. And what's
Mhm.
Bitcoin at right now? What's Bitcoin at right now? Slash BTC?
Oh yeah, I haven't checked in it in quite a bit.
182. So this thing is even higher. It's like, $9,000 higher.
He paper handed it.
That's it. That's it, dude. They're never gonna let him live it down. They're never gonna let him
Yeah.
live it down. But like,
Hmm.
dude, that's another $90 million. I had to check because it was so many zeros. I had to like run it through the calculator real quick. That's another $90 million. So,
Yeah.
and then you know how many people are gonna be like, somebody's gonna have this saved, and if
Hmm.
Bitcoin just keeps running, like whatever number of years it is from now, they're just gonna be like, look at this guy. If he would have just held it even longer, he would have had 100 gazillion.
Yeah. Well, I know you like StarCraft, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you know this, but there was a StarCraft tournament
Oh.
um a long time ago. Let me see if I can get the year really quick.
Oh, you told me about this. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know when the year was, unfortunately. I lost that in the notes, but uh it was um it was a really small cash prize. First prize was $500. Fourth place was $100. Fifth through eighth place was 25 Bitcoins.
Could have been us.
20? 25? No, it wouldn't have been me, dude. I sucked at StarCraft. But 25 Bitcoins. And you know what's funny is, back in the day when Bitcoin was, virtually worthless, people were spending hundreds of Bitcoins on pizza deliveries.
I know.
And all those people um, that did that and then probably now are thinking to themselves, stupid, stupid, stupid.
Oh, for real, dude. For real. For
Yeah,
real.
like why didn't I keep just one, But
You never know though. Like you really never know.
yeah.
I don't know about this dude. Look at this. Look at this dog right now though. Like I don't know how this just caught my attention. This dude is zonked out. Thanks for listening, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Hey, we gotta get him his own YouTube account so we can get a like and subscribe out of him every week.
Yeah, totally, totally.
Which if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It would help the channel out a lot.
Hmm.
If you enjoy Robbie and I's ramblings.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So this Bitcoin Baron, dude, what a time to be alive. All this Bitcoin getting transferred, but it doesn't look like this person didn't sell it, right? They just transferred wallets, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't really know how that that works from the tax perspective. I would imagine it's somebody else's wallet, so he's probably getting something for it from somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, it wasn't through Coinbase because their slippage is insane. I don't know the exact figures on it, but Coinbase sucks.
Yeah, at some point, man, it'll be cool if we ever get like some sort of like Bitcoin expert. We can get them on to talk with us because I think I've said this before. I don't fully understand it, and I also don't fully understand how they make the Bitcoin market, right? Because like, who's making the market, and how are you doing that, and like, how is there still like so much Bitcoin available? You know what I mean? Like I guess I would love to see like what the level 2 is like it on it or and then I never seem to come across anybody who wants to sell their Bitcoin. So like everybody
Yeah.
wants to hold their Bitcoin, and I get it that sometimes people fall in hard times and they got to part ways with some Bitcoin or whatever, and people got to sell. I get it, and some people are just like I want the money or whatever, but like you don't ever hear anybody talking about it. Everybody's just like buy and hodl, right? Like these are the real Wall Street like apes.
I had Bitcoin once, and it was because Coinbase said if you open up an account, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to deposit anything, but just
Yeah.
simply registering for account, you get 25 cents of Bitcoin.
25
And I
bucks.
sold it for, no, 25 cents.
25 cents.
I sold it for $50.
Bro, you turned a quarter into 50 bucks?
Yeah, but this and I think I sold it in like I want to say like
Don't.
2018 maybe.
Oh my god, dude.
So I mean that's like why didn't I just hold on to it? I didn't even have a Bitcoin. It was just a minuscule fraction of a Bitcoin, you know? I don't even know what the ratio was at the time. All I know it was just 25 cents of value.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So here I am saying, "Oh, why didn't I hold just one?" Dude, I couldn't even hold a I couldn't even hold a sliver.
Oh my god, man. Dude, you like how do you even like pick up a drink or pick up a fork with those paper hands?
I know. I know.
What are you
I
doing?
I I go to sleep in shame every night.
Oh, damn. Damn. You just like look up at your ceiling like, "Oh, Ashley, we could be in a mansion right now. All these bitcoins
Yeah.
could
You
be
know,
on a
I don't
yacht."
even remember what it was selling for at the time,
Mhm.
to even make a comparison like, "Oh, it was at 15,000 then." So, yeah, I don't know.
Bro, I don't understand it, to be honest. I don't. And I just like put some discretionary money into like, hey, I don't understand it. I'm just gonna like buy, I just ended up buying some MSTY, and I was like, look, now I've got some Bitcoin exposure. I don't understand it, but I've got some.
Mhm.
And like somebody actually was asking me, from the House of Stacks, like, why not just buy MSTR? And it's just like, well, because Michael Saylor's going to dilute the hell out of it into infinity just to keep buying more Bitcoin. And like, I get it that it keeps going up, but like, he still wants to keep diluting that, just keep buying more Bitcoin and more Bitcoin and more Bitcoin. So like,
Mhm.
as long as there's still volatility in MSTR, that's where MSTY makes its money. So like, and it pays out a fat dividend every month. So I'm just going to keep like churning it over and,
Yeah.
just keep reinvesting it. Oh, like, oh, I got my money, whatever, reinvested. I got my money, just reinvested every month. And
Yeah.
it's discretionary money, and if I lose it, I lose it. You know?
Yeah, I love the drip life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all about that drip.
And just a quick public service announcement for anybody on, and I don't know if we've talked about this before, but anybody on Schwab or whatever broker for that instance, double check that drip is enabled on any of your dividend positions. Because I know when I transferred from TD Ameritrade, when the
Hmm.
whole Schwab merger or acquisition happened,
Yep.
on TD Ameritrade, it was just automatic on any new position, drip would automatically be enabled.
Oh, okay.
But that's not the case for Schwab. So I've had to manually enable that for each position. And unfortunately, I just recently realized that I missed a quarter of dividends on a few newer positions.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn that on for Fidelity. I should probably look that up because I've just
Hmm.
been always like, go on, check it, reinvest it. You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
that would be it'd be a whole lot easier, be one less step. But
Yeah,
then,
for sure.
but then I also like kind of think about it too. I guess like I guess at a certain point, I would personally probably stop that. Like if my dividends were just like out, they got to be the point where they were pretty big.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I would define as pretty big at this point in time, but I would then just like
Right.
I think almost like it'd be then a good point to like start diversifying. But there's some people I've seen online, man, that they're like, they got 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 shares of this MSTY, and so they're getting like enormous
Yeah.
dividend payments, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the wonderful thing about compounding growth, right?
Yeah.
And that's a good segue kind of to the next topic here. Do you know how many babies are born every day?
We'll be playing like Price is Right rules. Like, do I have to
Nah,
stay under?
nah. You could just throw a rough ballpark.
In the
I had to look it up. I didn't even have a clue. I didn't have a clue.
in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
in the
yeah.
US or in the world?
I could have sworn I asked Grok in the U.S., but shoot, maybe I should double check that really quick.
All right, you check it. I'm gonna go with in the US, we probably have somewhere in the neighborhood 4,500 a day.
4,500 a day. Okay. So my initial note said 9,800 babies a day,
Oh,
but I'm still waiting for 3.62. Oh, okay. So yeah, it was correct. Yeah, so 9,800 babies a day.
damn! I was only halfway there.
Yeah, and so 3.67 million annually.
Okay, that's a lot more than I thought. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
So what does that have to do with anything?
Are you having a baby?
No. No. Yeah, I'm having nothing. No. uh, well,
Me neither,
so
folks. Me neither.
in the big beautiful bill, the
BBB.
Invest America Act cleared Congress,
Yeah.
and every new U.S. child gets $1,000 S&P 500 starter account at birth.
Pretty solid. Pretty
Yep.
solid. Dude,
Now,
so yeah, okay. Okay. And then
so
you
what?
can
I
invest
don't
in it,
know.
right? As parents?
I would assume so. So if you wouldn't mind bringing up this website really quick.
I was just thinking about this. Let's do it. Drip.
Um, yeah. So we just got SCHD loaded in there because that's my personal favorite. But go ahead and put in $1,000 initial investment,
Mm-hmm.
and then um, do the extra free or the extra investment. Leave that at 0,
All right.
and then for like the growth rate, I just put it at like 9% and 7%, just to be like kind of conservative,
Okay.
and then calculate. Oh, and the length of investment,
I changed
45 years.
45?
Yeah.
Well, it's for a baby, right?
Well, yeah, so, I mean,
Oh, you
we
could
can do 65 years,
yeah, we
but,
could
I mean, we can do whatever we want, but if you think about it, a lot of people don't even start investing till maybe their 20s.
yeah, this is like the chart
So
says.
my thought initially was, okay, you start at your 20s, you got 45 years that you're investing basically, unless they bump up, because 'cause isn't 65 the cutoff for contributions? Or am I mistaken on that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure when you can
Well,
stop.
that was my thinking behind it.
So, but basically what you're saying right here is that like as a parent,
Mhm.
if I don't if I just like take this thing that my kid has or whatever, if I don't contribute any money to it, having a kid right now, they're gonna have an account worth approximately $7,500 um by the time they're 18. And then if we don't, and then like if I add, let's just say I add like 10, you can just play with this. If we add $10 a month,
Mhm.
that literally doubles it. $10 a month literally doubles it. Like
Yeah.
$20 a month is like skipping, just a couple of trips to Starbucks.
Right.
Dude, that's like that trip. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. So how much, with what like most kids like going to college, it's like easily 100K right now, for a 4-year degree. Oh my
Yep.
God. So you would need to contribute, about what, 120 a month? Yeah, just about 120. Let's call it 130 a month. If you put in 130 a month, your kid
Hmm.
will bet you could. Your kid roughly, theoretically, could have an account with an end value of about 100K. So, like, what are the limitations on using this account though? Like,
I don't know yet, and
does
I
anybody
and
know?
yeah, I'm not sure, and I think it'll be something that we need to really look into
Yeah, we'll follow up on this,
because
guys.
like it would be a shame for that account to be open and then suddenly like the the managers, like the parents or whomever, they decide to start trading it, and then
Hmm.
they lose it. So I would hope that there is restrictions on like just flattening and converting it to cash in the account.
What
But
about?
at some point,
Yeah,
it's like, well, it's your money supposedly, so technically you should be able to do with it whatever you want.
SPX options, baby. Let's go.
Right. But if you punch in the 45 years though,
Yeah,
with no reinvestment,
no extra
the end
investment.
value,
45
yeah,
years.
the end value is 22,000% gain, and it should be about 22 or
Perfect.
228,000 in value, right?
This has it at 253 at
Okay.
45 years. Yeah, that's pretty solid, dude.
Yeah.
25,000% gain.
Now you were saying 120 bucks a month contribution.
Yeah.
And for 18 years, I realistically don't think a lot of parents would do that.
Dude, I think that a lot of parents at least are gonna have a hard time doing $10 a month. But like
Yeah.
it's tough because I think like as the years go on,
Hmm.
you could do it. And then depending on like what you have, like relatives or whatever, if you ever
Hmm.
have somebody like your grandparents, which would be the kid's great grandparents, are just like, hey, I don't know what to get your
Yeah.
kid. I'm 70 years old. I don't know what to get your little baby. Here's $50 or here's $100. Like, it would
Yeah.
be extremely prudent to just act as if you never got that money and just slide it over
Yeah. Well, just if you will, just put in the 10 bucks extra investment because like
for 45 years.
although that yeah, and, because although that might still not be an amount that somebody would commit to,
Yeah.
I mean reasonably speaking, anybody should be able to afford that, especially if you have kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you go from you basically double over the lifetime. Now, obviously, that's assuming you invest the $10 for the 45 years. That ain't happening. They're gonna the parent will probably give the 10 bucks for like maybe till they're 18 or out of the house, right? If that. So I
Yeah.
kind of wish that there was a way, and maybe there's a website or a calculator or a spreadsheet that can do
Stops it.
that. Yeah, stop the frequency, like tell it when the extra investments stop.
Well, we could just do that, right? So if we just did that for the 18 years, right? We calculated it. So at the end of 18 years, you can have about 14,000. So if we push
Oh,
put
and then do an initial investment.
yep,
Ah,
initial
yeah, you're so
investment.
smart, Joseph.
Yeah, and then we want to do it for another. Well, if you're from 18 until when you retired, so then like let's just say you retired at 60, that's another 42 years.
Hmm.
And then if you decide to take this account and again, we're just theoretically here, you decide to even just add, we can just play with it $10 a month. I mean,
Yeah,
you're at 3 million. That's freaking wild. Or
and
this is two and a
all
half
for
million.
yeah. I mean, that's pretty. I mean, gosh, even if just $1,000, I wouldn't mind having that. But
Yeah.
so I guess stepping back from like the whole fire life, and if anybody doesn't know that acronym, it's financial independence, retire early. um, what do you? How do you think that injection of liquidity into the market is going to affect anything?
Uh,
So that's 9.6 million per day, 3.62 billion annually.
damn. I think it's gonna be
Now,
pretty.
initially, I was thinking that'd have a huge impact,
Mm-hmm.
but if we look at the volume of spy,
Okay.
it's like today for oh wait, that was I'm on the weekly, but I think today was like 60 million.
Shares.
Yeah, 63.66 million shares. So in the grand scheme, like, comparatively, if we're just looking at one instrument, not a lot, but it should do something, wouldn't you think?
So this would be 63 million shares. How much money
Hmm.
was it per day? You said
9.8 million.
so
Hmm.
9.8 million. So 9 8 divided
Divided by the
by
share price.
share price of
Hmm.
right now. Bro, I cannot even believe it's 627. That's just freaking wild. It's 15,000 shares in a day. Bro, it's like
Yeah.
that is
So
a drop in the bucket.
it's like, yeah. So it's like, eh,
Yeah.
that's not even a that's not even a heavy retail trader. That's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's small institution.
Right. And
Yeah.
you know what's going to happen too? And it's going to be unfortunate is that you're going to have people that babies are born like in this general area.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 608. And then you're going to have parents that look at the account and they're going to say, well, like 608, I had, $1,000. Right. And then
Yeah. Hmm.
when you get this drop here, which is a 20% to almost 21% drop, they're going to look at it and say, oh, well, now I only have $800. I should just pull this money out and do something else
Hmm.
with it or whatever. I should just put this money into something else. And then
Yeah.
not realizing that had you just held, right, like you're up. Again, this is if you bought, like if you had your baby at the tippy top here. But like
Right.
in less than 5 months' time, you're still up. Like you're up to, it's 2%, but you're up. You didn't do anything. I mean,
It's
well,
also
the
funny
baby.
to hear you say having your baby at the tippy top.
Yeah. Yes.
I top tick that baby.
Damn, yeah, that's it. I top tick the baby. Damn
Yeah.
you. Yeah, you just be looking at the cradle like you'd be looking at the cradle too, especially now. Then you're fine
Hmm.
with it. Now you'd be like, damn, why? Especially if the baby was like premature. Like the baby was like
Hmm.
6 weeks premature. It's like, why couldn't you have been born on your due date?
That's awful. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so yeah, that's why I I I don't like in- I don't like regulation a lot, but
Mm.
I think there needs to be some regulation.
Yeah, they're
And so this is one of those aspects where it would be a shame for them to see somebody get that and then just liquidate it because they're scared of the market and they don't
yeah.
realize that time in beats timing.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I hope that people, can't do certain things with it or just don't do foolish thing with it. But I think the underlying core message that we have, like for today, is it's time, right? It's just time. Like last week's episode, I think, wasn't it titled "Time is on your
Mhm.
side"? And we're just
Well, it was gonna be, but then you're like, oh, we gotta change this to Robbie's secret.
oh, that's right. That's right. Robbie shares a secret. That's right, dude.
Yeah.
And that secret did work pretty good. I don't know why my ninja charts are sometimes like freezing up. I think that's a me thing and not that particular tool
Hmm.
because I was not in a trade earlier and I heard like connection lost and I looked and I was connected simultaneously to the Topstep and trade day and only Topstep dropped off. So
TPT, you mean?
I'm sorry. Yes, I mean
Yeah.
TPT, not Top Step. I was
Yeah.
not connected to Top Step. I do not have Top Step. That's my bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, TPT, take profit.
Okay.
Yep. So I don't know if it's probably just a me thing, but that's a pretty neat feature. Definitely a pretty neat feature.
Yeah.
I haven't had
And
any trades worthy of screenshots, but it's cool that it takes them.
well, we'll post a new link because I encountered some like minor issues with that add-on,
Yeah.
but the initial developer he seems to kind of be like away. So a friend of ours in the group has forked the GitHub repository, and he's made a really nice like creature comfort uh, update.
Yep.
So before you would have to type in your account name,
Hmm.
but now you can just click a drop down, and then you can actually just see all the accounts that you might want to be screenshotting, and then just choose the right ones. So when you
Yep.
have all these prop accounts, there it's whatever the name is, and then a bunch of random numbers. You
Yeah.
just choose the one. It's simple.
Yeah. 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 Dude, it's funny how they name them too, man. Like trade days got like this, like I swear it's like a 14-digit account number. It's very annoying. Very
Yeah.
annoying. So
Hmm.
sweet, man. All right. Anything else you want to wrap it up with, or you want to? Take it home.
Well, you I shared a Dave Ramsey video with you.
Oh
What,
yeah,
last week
that's
I
right.
think.
That's right. That's right. Yes. Yeah,
The
that's like the
headline
thing
I
to
think
wrap
on
up on.
the video was something like day trader makes $30,000 to $90,000, and he's
Mm-hmm.
calling into the show. And Dave Ram maybe no, actually it wasn't Ramsey. I think it was his daughter and maybe a co-host.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't Dave Ramsey. It was the two younger
Okay,
folks. Yep.
yeah. So they're asking him some questions and stuff, and so the first what like when you heard the number, $30,000 to $90,000, did anything come to your mind with the spread of that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Like obviously you can like watching the clip, it's great. We should link that too, but watching the clip is
Hmm.
great because like you see them, they're like shocked. But I
Hmm.
just thought like, boy, that's a range. You know what I mean? Like that is a range, you know? And so
Yeah.
if I was gonna plan anything out, like financially, it would be on the lowest month. Like if that means
Hmm.
like if the next month I only make 28, my plans have now dropped by like 2K. I would always be planning off of the lowest month. But
Yeah. Well, the nature
that's
of the call was, I want to get into real estate or something
yes.
like that.
Yes, it was.
And the funny thing is that initially it kind of sounded like he was living at home,
Mhm.
but he was renting.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like, actually, this kind of circles back to putting the cart before the horse. This guy wants to get in the real estate business,
Yeah.
and he's very young. I don't remember how old he was, but
He was only
uh,
19.
20.
19
Oh,
or
he was
20.
19?
19 or 20, dude. He's
Okay.
super young.
So super young. And, if it was me, I mean, we've talked about this, personally. Um, I always wanted to be in real estate, like since my late teens. And so, first order of business before you start making a business, in my opinion,
Yeah.
would be would be to set yourself up first, like
Right.
buy your own house,
Right.
because then he has equity. Whether or not he's buying at the top of the housing market, it doesn't matter. If he's really making that kind of money, he can afford it,
Right.
and be modest about it. But the other thing, with the spread of 30 to 90,000, it just made me wonder if this was his first big success and he hasn't had a big blow up yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that
So I wondered. But
yeah. That comes for us all sooner or later.
I'd hate for
Yeah.
him to have gotten into some type of real estate commercial or rent. Like he wants to rent. He wants it's to me it sounds like he wants a business that brings in passive income.
Yep.
And he's so young. He has no idea what is involved in running a business, and especially in real estate, having squatters,
Oh yeah.
dealing with damage, all
Yeah.
that kinds of stuff. I
Yep.
mean,
Wear and tear.
there's a lot to think about, wear and tear, yeah, but, like, the scariest part is the squatters because I mean, it's getting better in some places, but there was a while, man, especially during the COVID eras, where landlords are getting paid
Right.
for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was honestly it's pretty terrible. Some people really took advantage of it and there's a special place in hell for you folks in my opinion. Just like take advantage of a terrible situation and not pay your landlord who is paying for your
Mhm.
heat or paying for any of utilities, depending on where you are. Some places, include utilities or internet or whatever. And so you're
Yeah.
you're using those things and you're not even paying any rent. It's kind of BS. But it does make me think a lot about though, like if I could go back in time, or like if I didn't have kids younger or family younger or whatever, like if I was in a different scenario, I think like an owner occupy like multi-family unit is a great way to get your foot into that, right? Because what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you can swing it somehow out of the one or depending on however many other units there are, one or two units are paying all of your monthly expenses, that's only going to expedite your ability to get another property.
Yeah, I just actually just recently learned that there's a term for that, and it's called house hacking.
Oh, house hacking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. I've heard this term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never heard it till just recently, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I guess that's what I've been doing this whole time."
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
smart. It's definitely smart. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if you have the space and you don't mind it, then, why shouldn't you rent out a room or, whatever.
yeah.
But
It's smart, dude.
all right. Well, you want to wrap it up on that one?
Hell yeah, dude. This was a good one, I think. Hopefully you guys
Yeah.
think so too.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. If you're house hacking, if you're going to have a baby and they're going to get that free starter account, let us know.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Make sure that you get them a YouTube account also and have them like and subscribe.
That's right. That's right. Yes. Curate an excellent watch history for these youngins.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you later.